Many of the world's most beloved and iconic musicians have made a mark with some truly massive hits throughout their careers. These songs have become anthems, soundtracking the lives of millions, with chart-topping success and enduring popularity. However, what many fans may not realize is that not every artist feels the same level of attachment or pride toward their own smash hits. Over the years, numerous performers have bravely spoken out about the songs that, despite their massive success, they now feel awkward, embarrassed, or even ashamed about. The reasons for their feelings vary widely, but often stem from a combination of personal and professional factors. For some artists, the song's lyrics might feel outdated or not align with their current artistic identity. For others, it's the sheer oversaturation of the track on the radio or in public spaces which has led to burnout and a longing to distance themselves from the song. In some cases, artists have expressed that the pressure of creating a song that resonates with the masses, often for commercial reasons, led them to make creative compromises they've since regretted. While a hit song can launch an artist into global stardom, it can also be a double-edged sword. The intense public scrutiny, constant repetition of the song, and the expectations that come with such widespread recognition can sometimes make an artist look back on their music with a sense of unease. This is especially true when they are no longer able to see the song from the same perspective as they did when they first wrote or recorded it. The distance between the song's release and the present moment often gives artists the opportunity to reflect, reassess, and sometimes even regret certain artistic choices. Some of these reflections have come years after the song became a worldwide sensation, and these artists have openly discussed their discomfort with the hits that brought them to the forefront. These confessions are not always about disliking the song itself, but are often about the way it has defined their career, or the negative impact it had on their personal lives. For example, Taylor Swift, who has undoubtedly become one of the most successful and influential musicians of the 21st century, has often spoken about the pressure to create songs that cater to her audience while still staying true to her artistic vision. Some of her earlier works, particularly from her country music phase, are songs she has admitted to feeling less connected to as she has evolved in both her personal and artistic life. Fans may still love them, but for Taylor, these tracks no longer reflect who she is today. Similarly, Radiohead, one of the most critically acclaimed and innovative bands in the world, have had their fair share of hits that, in hindsight, they've had complicated feelings about. The band's breakout single Creep, for instance, became a worldwide anthem, but lead singer Tom York has openly admitted that he has mixed emotions about the song. Despite its success, York has remarked that the song's overexposure made him uncomfortable, and he has since distanced himself from it, feeling that it no longer represents the direction the band wanted to go. Ariana Grande, another powerhouse vocalist, has also had hits that she now feels conflicted about. While she's undeniably grateful for the success of her music, some songs, particularly from her earlier career, don't feel like they reflect her current self or the artist she strives to be today. For example, songs from her Yours Truly album were beloved by fans, but Ariana herself has mentioned that the music feels disconnected from the person she has grown into, and she's often moved on to different styles and themes in her later albums. The reasons behind these reflections can also stem from a desire for creative control or artistic growth. Many musicians, as they continue to evolve in their careers, desire to break free from the confines of their past successes. What once felt like an exciting challenge or a perfect fit for their sound may, in hindsight, feel limiting or even inauthentic to their current artistic vision. In some cases, an artist's personal growth and changing values can lead them to revisit old material with a new, critical eye. Perhaps they no longer agree with the themes or messages of their earlier songs, or maybe they feel that the track doesn't represent them as fully as they would like. For example, many artists who started in the pop industry find themselves exploring more complex or experimental sounds as they gain confidence in their abilities. This shift can make their past work feel trivial or overly commercialized in comparison to their current, more refined artistic expressions. In addition to personal reasons, the intense scrutiny that comes with a hit song can also lead to regret. Musicians are often thrust into the spotlight, and the pressures of fame, constant media attention, and public expectations can be overwhelming. The success of a song may feel less like an accomplishment and more like a burden when the song is overplayed and dissected ad nauseum by the public. Artists who have felt pigeonholed by their biggest hits sometimes feel trapped, unable to explore new creative avenues without facing the weight of their past successes. Despite the discomfort that some of their biggest hits have caused, many artists are quick to acknowledge the importance of these songs in their careers. They know that without these tracks, they may not have achieved the level of success they have today. They also recognize the profound impact their music has had on fans, and often the emotional connection listeners have with a song is what makes it endure over time, even if the artist themselves no longer feels the same way about it. For many artists, the decision to speak out about their complicated feelings towards certain songs is not an attempt to diminish their importance, but rather a way to express how they have grown and evolved as people and musicians. It's worth noting that these feelings are not always negative. Some artists have simply expressed that, while they may not feel a personal connection to certain hits anymore, they are grateful for what those songs have done for their careers. For others, the regret may stem from the pressure of fitting into a particular genre or persona that they no longer feel aligned with. Whatever the case, these reflections offer fans a unique glimpse into the often complex and multifaceted relationship musicians have with their own music. Ultimately, the conversation surrounding artists and their biggest hits reveals much more than just the public image they project. It speaks to the dynamic, ever-changing nature of artistry and the personal growth that comes with it. What starts as an expression of an artist's thoughts, feelings, and creative vision can, over time, evolve into something more complicated due to the shifting context in which it is received. The very act of creating music is deeply personal, and as artists change and grow, their perspective on the work they've done in the past will inevitably shift as well. In the end, while fans may continue to hold their favorite songs close to their hearts, it's important to remember that the artists themselves are on their own journeys of self-discovery and creative exploration. The songs that once brought them immense success may not always be the ones they are most proud of, but they are a part of their story, a chapter in the ongoing narrative of their artistry. Through these confessions and reflections, we are reminded that music is an ever-evolving form of expression, and the artists who create it are constantly growing, changing, and challenging themselves to push the boundaries of their craft.